Thousands of flood victims in West Virginia continue to get an outpouring of support in the wake of the historic storms.
FEMA has received over 4,000 applications for help and has approved more than $3 million in individual and household funding. And the Department of Transportation has also given the state $5.7 million to assist in cleaning up the damage.
Our very own Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich was in West Virginia today and saw firsthand the damage these storms left behind and talked to those who lost everything.
The only way we're keeping on going right now is family and the community and friends, and everybody's so supportive.
Across the Virginia state line, recovery relief is a different story. New tonight at 11, the federal government still has not declared Covington and Allegheny County disaster areas, meaning people there aren't receiving any assistance from FEMA. WSLS 10's Rob Manch joins us now in the studio. So, Rob, what's the status of relief effort in the Highlands right now?
Well, Allegheny County officially submitted a report to the Virginia Department of Emergency Management today that will ultimately be passed on to FEMA. It lists 62 homes that were reported damaged or destroyed in the floods, and as we found out today, most of those people didn't have flood insurance. From the street, you can hear the sound of hard work. It's a job people in this Callahan neighborhood have been doing all week, removing piece after piece of their flood-damaged homes.
See, the water came up to that right there, and, you know, we lost a lot, you know, lost a cat, you know, lost a lot, and people are struggling right now, and, you know, we don't have any insurance, so we have to do this out of pocket.
Nathaniel Hazlett says his family is like 5 other houses on this strip with no help in sight.
Our whole entire downstairs is ruined, and, you know, my grandparents are, you know, they're retired and they don't have any like main source of income. So, you know, it's very tough right now and we got to get through this, you know. And FEMA, that's what we're really hoping for. And
the rich patch here, flooded.
County Administrator John Lansford says that hope is what he and other officials are trying to make a reality.
We've submitted what we have to date, and we'll wait on FEMA's response. Our hope is that there'll be assistance made available for the residents of Allegheny County that were impacted and the businesses as well.
A glimmer of hope for the dozens of people without flood insurance who say they never saw it coming.
Somewhere around 4 foot and 25 minutes it came up. I don't know that I can fill a drink glass with this faucet as quick as that water came in my yard.
Jeffrey Morris had to paddle around his property in a canoe the day after the storms. Now his 40-year home is in ruins.
FEMA's going to have to help us. FEMA, I mean, they can't turn their back on this.
Lansford says the delay has to do with their neighbors a state away dealing with disaster.
I would assume that it was based on the order of magnitude of damages across West Virginia. The federal declaration for them came much sooner than they would consider for us, as ours was such a localized event.
Lansford said it could take up to 2 weeks to hear back from the federal government. Until then, people like Hazlett are working to stay positive.
You know, we're going to get through this somehow.
Those 62 homes damaged or destroyed in Allegheny County don't include the dozens more within the Covington city limits because each locality has to come up with those numbers separately. But speaking with VDEM, the department says if a relief plan is approved, it can be implemented to include all of the affected areas in both of those localities. In studio, Rob Manch, WSLS 10.